Hello, hello, a warm welcome to you. Welcome to Nourish, a workshop, eating for well-being when you're just too busy to eat. I want to let you know that this is an interactive workshop, so get your pen and paper ready. We're gonna get going. This workshop is for you if you are just sick and tired of being hungry because you never feel like you have the time to eat real food. If you're confused about what to eat and how much and when and why, and you're just too busy for all the meal prep, the complicated restrictions and diet fads, or if you're ready to feel confident in your food choices and comfortable with your meals. Let me know if you're in the right spot. This is not for you if you've gotten the whole food as sustenance thing figured out and you feel good about it. If you're comfortable with what you're eating and you don't want to change it, you're not interested in that, or if you're looking for like the fast track to weight loss or one size fits all dieting, that's not my jam. You are in the wrong workshop. Or if you don't care about what you eat, you never think about how you feel in your body, what you're eating, thank you for giving me a chance. You're welcome to stay through this workshop. I'd love to have you. But if any of these four things are you, this is not the place for you. What you'll learn. So you're going to learn about how to change the way that you think about food, how to feel nourished and confident, how to decode your cravings, and how to let go of the less nutritious foods or habits. Sound good? Now that we know that we're all in the right place, please allow me to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Nettie Walters, and I'm so glad that you're here. I'm a certified health coach, I'm an author, and a yoga teacher. I live in Spring Hill, Tennessee with my family of four. I have one that's already flown the coop, and I specialize in guiding overworked and undernourished women to soothe their stress, find calm in the chaos, get back into balance, turn frustration into freedom. And why have we all stopped dreaming, ladies? Skyrocketing towards your dreams by embodying a signature formula of holiness. I believe you can and will heal your body, mind, and soul by rooting into faith and elevating self-care to the next level, soul care. And I believe it because I did it. So 5 years ago, I sat in the C-suite with two toddlers under two and a brand new autoimmune diagnosis. Burnt out. I had some choices to make. And now I'm running my own businesses, serving my household with ease and joy, and I'm eating for well-being, stress-free, and most importantly for me, medicine-free. And so today, I'm taking all these years of experience and giving you my exact blueprint. The first three things that I did to change the way you think about eating, let go of less nutritious habits, and curb your cravings. I know what it feels like to feel stuck and confused around food, always thinking about it, this love-hate relationship. And after years of dealing with that, I figured out some things that completely changed my life. To the point that today, I have food freedom mindset. I've crowded out unhealthy choices, and I can deconstruct my cravings. I've dropped the guilt and the shame around diets and found body confidence. As a working woman and a busy mama, and I've been able to get rid of the bloat, the aches, the pains, the mind fog, the blood sugar crashes, the disrupted sleep, all of these things that came to me through my autoimmune disease and my burnout. And today you get to learn exactly how I got here and how you can too. One little caveat though, I want to invite you to stick around to the end because if you do, I have a delicious bonus for you, pun intended. This is a special opportunity just for the people who are present here today and stick with me through this very short workshop. I promise to honor your time. Can you promise? If I honor your time, can you make yourself a promise? Can you make a commitment to yourself? Will you promise your future self to take action today, no matter how small? Okay, but first, just like I did, do you believe me? You have the choice to feel nourished, balanced, and confident on and off the plate. Do you believe me that this is a choice? Think about it. If you're here, it's probably a good indication that you're ready to make that choice. Are you ready? Are you ready to make this choice for your future self? Let's go. Our first module of this workshop is how to change the way you think about food and eating. I'm going to offer that to you with a food freedom mindset. I coach something called mindful eating, and if you're not familiar with mindfulness, here's a simple definition. Mindfulness is experiencing the present moment by bringing awareness to your thoughts, your feelings, your behaviors, your environments, basically everything that's happening in your current circumstances, in your space, including in your body, all while practicing non-judgment and self-compassion. So how can that help us change the way that we think about food and eating? Well, mindfulness helps you create a positive relationship with food, and it supports your ability to make nourishing choices. Mindfulness helps you develop confidence in what's best for you and unique for your needs as a bio individual. So bio individual simply means that everyone is different. One person's food is another person's poison. That's maybe like you can think about your BFF going on a diet and losing a phenomenal amount of weight in a short period of time and just feeling fantastic. So you're like, oh, I want that. I'm going to try it too. And worse, you gain weight. Okay, so everyone is different. Mindfulness helps you better care for all aspects of your well-being on and off the plate. And mindfulness helps you approach nutrition and food freedom. There's no right way or wrong way to eat. Food is not God. Food does not have morality. It is not good or bad. Okay, so we're going to take that off the table. I'm going to offer you this spectrum because the first step in mindfulness is knowing where you are. You can't get to go where you're going if you don't know first where you are. So consider, without filtering your thoughts and using self-judgment, so none of that here, these two groups of options. So on the left, we see some restricted and regulated habits, labeling food as bad or off limits, counting calories, macros, points, going on a diet or a detox, skipping meals so that you can save time or save calories, consistently thinking about food or feeling guilty after eating certain foods. So these are restricted and regulated eating habits. And on the way other side of the spectrum, we're looking at ignoring or overlooking your nutritional needs. So if you're overeating or undereating regularly, mindless or distracted eating, falling off the bandwagon, so to speak, not getting the nourishment that you need daily, not feeling your best, and overwhelmed by all of the nutrition advice out there. So where do your eating habits fall most often on this spectrum? What we're aiming for is a happy medium called a balance. You might hear balance and think, oh, okay, that means sometime on one end of the spectrum and sometime on the other end of the spectrum. But that's not balance. That's cycling between two extreme states. Balance looks like hovering consistently in the middle with a little flexibility to nourish yourself, but also to enjoy food and the many different roles that it plays in your life. If your eating habits are imbalanced, they aren't supporting you. And you'll likely notice some of these signs. Remember, we're practicing sitting in the seat of the observer and not judging ourselves, because that's not helpful. So if you don't feel your best physically or mentally, if you're constantly stressing or thinking about food, you feel powerless and out of control around food, you feel guilty or shameful about some of your food choices, you no longer feel joy around food, and maybe even avoid eating or avoid certain like social circumstances where there will be food involved, or if you often feel like you need to get back on track because you're cheating, mindful eating, intuitive eating, food freedom, there is no word cheat. You don't cheat. Okay? So if this is your experience, you probably find it challenging to be consistent with eating well. And just like anything else, consistency is key. Recovering perfectionist here. We're not going for perfection. We're not going for perfect. We're going for consistency. So part of this workshop involves self-reflection, and these questions will help you uncover your wellness vision. I like to say that awareness is like breaking out of a prison that you didn't know you were in. You can go ahead and pause this video and journal about these questions. There's really something in journaling and writing things down. So my questions for you in this particular order are about food freedom, and here are your mindfulness prompts. What do you want to experience with your eating habits? So if you're casting your wellness vision, you're using the power of your imagination to imagine this beautiful place where you want to be with your eating habits. What does that look like? And furthermore, what will that allow you to do in your life? And why? What's your why behind all of this? So we're going really deep here. Why is that so important to you? You can pause the video until you're done journaling and then come back to me. I'm going to get ready to move on. Module number 2, how to make less room for unhealthy foods and eating habits. This is a diet, and I use the term diet really loosely. You can think about diet, when I use it, as habits that you practice when eating food. So this is a diet called Crowding Out. It's coined by the Institute of Integrative Nutrition, where I received my health coaching credentials. I'm going to take a look at Crowding Out. So have you ever tried to restrict your eating habits and found yourself binging maybe hours, days, or weeks later? If you're restriction, and then you just go on a binge. Yeah, me too. Most diets give people a list of things to avoid and a list of things to consume. That leaves little to no room for mindfulness or intuition. Crowding out entails adding in. We're adding in health-promoting foods like veggies and healthy fats and high-quality proteins and water, which leaves a little less room for the unhealthy foods. So change your focus is the invitation to adding in more whole foods to your diet rather than focusing on removing things. Food habits form over many years, and food choices also have emotional components to them, which is why restriction rarely works. Counting out is all about the possibilities. Plus, not restricting actually reduces cravings for other foods, and we'll get to cravings next. So taking this concept even further, you can even crowd out unsupportive thoughts and habits around food by reframing them towards the wellness vision that you just built for yourself. If your food habits include deprivation, I invite you to lean into the natural process that happens when you shift your focus towards adding in more of the good stuff first. So here's some examples. Let's say you want more veggies in your diet. So you build your plate and you start by eating your vegetable first and then move on to the other foods. Or you're trying to quit caffeine. So you in the morning, I call this my liquid gold. You take a squeeze of lemon and pour it in some room temperature water, and you drink 2 cups of water before your coffee. And then you ask yourself, do you really need or want that coffee after this? Let's say you're going out, but you're trying to make better choices for your health. So go ahead, order what you want, but then add in what you need. A good example of this would be, this is my favorite restaurant. It has the best burger in town. I'm going to order that meal, and I'm trying to stay away from gluten and white processed foods, so I'm going to order it without the bun. You can seek out healthy alternatives to your favorite processed foods. My kids like these gummy snacks, these fruit snacks. So instead of buying those with all the junk in them that's not good for them or their teeth, you do dried fruit. So that's an example of how you can seek out some healthy alternatives. Maybe you're trying to do a little home cooking. We always like to start small and then progress because of the way our subconscious mind works and habits take place. We want to start small and progress. So maybe you look at your calendar and you're so busy and you pick one day, just one day that month, that you're going to do a home cooked meal and see how it goes. Or if you're always doing this distracted eating thing, maybe you make time to eat just one meal a day. If one meal a day is too much, maybe it's 5 minutes at one meal a day with no distractions, no screens, no meetings, no people talking at you, nothing else going on but you and your food. So those are some examples. And if restriction is your diet, I just want you to know there's a better way. Shift your focus to encourage health and nourishment and enjoyment of eating by using crowding out. You're crowding out mindfulness prompts. What is one eating habit that you know you should change? Why? Again, what's your why? Why is it important for you to change? So most people already know the best next step. So if you already know what the one thing is that you need to do as a gift to yourself, what is the why behind it? And what is one easy way to use crowding out to achieve your goal? Go ahead and pause the video for as long as you'd like. I'm going to move on to honor your time. How many of you think cravings are awful and you never want to have them again? How to understand what your body's actually asking for. I can't promise to take away your cravings, but I can offer you a tool of deconstructing your cravings. So when I have clients that come to me that are just experiencing these cravings, I say, great, not a problem. I want you to think of your body as a super biocomputer that never makes mistakes. Cravings are just your body's way of communicating to you what it needs. And as you respond to your cravings in healthy ways, your body comes into balance and the cravings just fade away. So if you're craving something, you can listen to your body and find ways to satisfy it that are health promoting. Let's take a look at sugar. I know this is a big one. Sugar cravings might just indicate that you need more water or relaxation or love. So when I'm craving something sweet, I ask, how can I apply sweetness to myself? And then there's the salt cravings. Salty cravings might mean you just need more minerals or nutrient-dense foods. Especially, I think, if your diet is missing protein, which surprisingly, most people don't need the amount of protein that they need. So maybe that's why you're having salt cravings. These are just examples. You also might be dehydrated. your age, your culture, your gender. Like think about menstrual cycles and pre and post menopause. All of these things are linked to cravings. So your body, it's amazing. I want you to know that. It knows when to go to sleep, when to wake up, when to go to the bathroom. It maintains a 98.6 temperature, repairs itself, and it's needed. It knows the miracles of pregnancy and childbirth. Your heart never misses a beat. You don't have to tell your lungs to breathe, they just do it. So, in the same light, cravings are not a mistake. Some of the main causes of cravings are dehydration, lack of nutrients, hormone imbalances, just like we just mentioned. Can also be a lack of primary food. So, primary food is one of my main core coaching concepts, and it just entails nourishing yourself with non food sources that actually fuel you. The four main new food sources are spirituality, relationships, career, and movement. So, for example, think of a time when you were so enraptured by something that you didn't need to eat, or maybe even have to go to the bathroom. You're just so involved with what you were doing. You got in your flow state. Like for me, that's writing. I can write and write and write until I literally can't stand up in the chair because I've been writing so long and I have no idea how much time has passed. Another main cause of cravings is de-evolution. So de-evolution is like things are going so well and you're almost at your goal. You met your goal, and maybe you've even exceeded your goal. And because of your personal limiting beliefs, you self-sabotage. You mess it up unconsciously. That's the evolution. And the last main cause of craving that I've listed here is the inside coming out. So oftentimes cravings come from food that we've recently just eaten. So I can think about like, oh, I had a sugary coffee yesterday and now I'm craving chocolate. Well, I'm craving chocolate because I had that sugar drink and I wasn't used to having that. So that could be inside coming out. It could also be like ancestral foods or comfort foods from childhood. Many people view cravings as weaknesses, but really they're simply important messages meant to help you maintain balance. Remember balance on that spectrum. So the tool I'm offering you today is to deconstruct your cravings. Next time you experience cravings, consider these questions. What does my body want and why? Do I have foods, deficits, behaviors that are causing these cravings? And how can I meet my body's needs right now in a healthy way? You can pause the video, journal on these, or maybe even take a screenshot so you can pull it up next time you're having cravings. As a wrap up, I promised you that we would cover how to change the way you think about eating, and we did that with a food freedom mindset. How to feel nourished and confident, and we did that with mindfulness. How to curb your cravings by deconstructing them, and how to let go of nutritious foods or habits. We did that with the writing out. Did you think, do you think that I held up on my commitment to you today? So, how are you feeling right now? Are you feeling like this, wondering what to do next with everything you just learned so that you don't lose it? Are you curious how to actually create healthy habits with the concepts that I just gave you? Anyone? How are you feeling? Or did this workshop really resonate with you? Like it landed, but you still feel like you don't have the time to implement these skills for lasting change? I want to remind you that you are always in choice. So you now have the option to choose nourishment and balance and confidence on and off the plate. So we agreed at the beginning that it's a choice and you can choose. I have something special I'd like to offer to get you there. Would be okay with you if I shared it now. The traditional way to work with me is one-on-one personal coaching. It's my scientifically backed signature program of well-trained guidance that empowers you to believe that you can achieve and to finally achieve your wellness vision, your wellness goals. You gain the valuable skills and the tools to make meaningful, sustainable, holistic lifestyle transformations once and for all. My current cost for that program is $2,400. But today, I'm opening up my first group coaching program online. I've done this in person, I've done it over email, but this is the first one online. And it's specialized coaching tailored specifically for busy women to finally feel nourished and confident with food freedom. The Nourish November is a weekly coaching program. It's 4 group Zoom sessions that last 30 minutes with inspiration, formation, and transformation over the month of November to get you ready for the holidays and start your new year off right. It's really a deeper dive into how you can personally leverage food freedom topics like crowding out, mindfulness, deconstructing cravings, your body, confidence. And this is a $2,400 value, my coaching program. What you will get when you enroll in this program is where to find the time in your day to eat according to your goals and practical tips when life doesn't go according to plan, because we all know that's the way life is. It's a unique foundational approach to filling your plate, keep you feeling satiated and satisfied and energized and focused. We're also going to cover how to feel confident with your food choices, comfortable with your diet, and content with your meals. And what mindful eating really means to you as an individual, and how to build strong, positive connection with your body. But that's not all. You'll also get a coaching companion workbook. This is all the worksheets and prompts and handouts that you'll need to accompany your coaching session, tailored specifically for this program so that you can get the very most valuable value for your time spent. It's a $50 value. You'll also get the perfect guided meditation to accompany your journey that you can listen to again and again and again and again. I charge $125 for in-person one-on-one meditations and yoga sessions. And whether you're a person of prayer or not, this guided meditation is for you. And there's more. I'm going to offer a one-on-one, a hot seat coaching session to you through the Marco Polo app. It's a secure video chat app. If at any time during Nourish November, your program that you'd like personalized, exclusive attention, you can get clarification, work through obstacles, ask for additional direction to really achieve your wellness vision, your goals with ease and clarity. It's a $200 value plus email support between sessions. If you need encouragement or support, if you have questions like technical issues, I'm offering you an open email invitation to empower the shifts that you're investing in. $500 value for this extra support. And of course, my ebook, which is valued at $25. It's a closer look at my self-healing story. And it's my personal top essentials. Some of them we talked about today for holistic well-being. It's meant to open up the garden of your heart for inspirational possibilities. These are the actual tools detailed out that I use to recover from burnout, suppress my autoimmune symptoms, and get there without medication and really get vibrantly healthy. Let's take a look at all this together. So Nourish November, if we add all these things up, is a value of $3,300. And that's a good faith estimate because some of these options are never going to be offered outside of this program. But for the next few days, for you, because you committed to being present with me and take action in your life for meaningful change, I'm offering you this for only $327. This is only available to you through this webinar. So this includes personalized coaching, your custom workbook, guided meditation, one private coaching session, my ebook, and that extra email support. So you now have two options because you're in choice. So what's your choice? You can take what you learned here today and try to implement it into your life and see that where it takes you. Or you can invest in your well-being. Take action for your future self. Gain positive sense of self on and off the plate. Find time to nourish your body even when you're really, really busy. Know what to eat and when and how for your body. And feel satiated and energized and focused after eating. This helps the mind too and experience a food freedom mindset. Here's a testimonial from one of my beautiful clients, Lori. Lori says, Nettie helped me hit my top goals to clean up my nutrition, increase my physical activity, and improve my sleep quality. She helped improve my ability to celebrate each milestone towards better health, no matter how big or small. She offered ideas for food substitutions that were cleaner and beneficial for me from a health center point, motivating me to work up to working out several times a week, and holding me accountable, offering strategies for decreasing stress and anxiety to improve my sleep quality at night. Nettie is such a great listener and never made me feel as if what I'm complaining about, and she never complained, what I'm complaining about is ridiculous. Nettie is great at acknowledging concerns and putting herself in others' shoes so she can better understand where we're coming from. So easy to talk to. Thank you, Lori, for your words every time I read that. Ooh, so sweet. Nourish November for the next 2 days for you, $327. Are you ready to feel nourished with food freedom, even though, and especially because you're busy? Are you ready to get into the holiday season with confidence on and off the plates? Are you ready to take the next step for yourself to invest in you, your health and well-being? You are worth it. You are so worth it. You don't have to earn that worth. It's just because you're you. So if you have any questions, I'm here for you. Thank you so, so much for being here with me, honoring me with your presence. And I wish you many, many blessings.